one of the best value for money stoves on the market, we think. The Woodpecker 4 kilowatts. It's Eco 2022 approved, which means it's legal to use in the UK, or across Europe, in fact. It's DEFRA approved, which means that you can use it in smoke control zones to burn wood. It has a grate. It's not, strictly speaking, a multi-fuel stove, but because it has a raised grate, you could burn the odd amount of coal. I stress, it's not a multi-fuel stove. You need an agitating grate, really, for a multi-fuel stove. But we thought we'd do a quick video of these stoves. We have been astonished, really, at how reliable and how effective and efficient they've been. We'll go on to show you some of the other stoves in the range as well. Just lighting it in the showroom today. What you will notice is that secondary air works fantastically well on this stove. You can actually see the air coming out. They look like little corkscrews at the back. It's also very controllable. You can see the flame changing there. We're swapping it from the different different areas of the stove. I mean, for this price point, it's got controls which a lot of stoves twice the price would be envious of. So anyway, onto the full range. ACR have been around for at least 30 years. Very well established brand. They introduced this brand, probably this part of their brand, the Woodpecker range, about 5 years ago, something like that. It's quite difficult. This is at the budget end of the stove market. From our perspective, it's quite a difficult one because we only sell good stoves. The reason is to be honest, if they cause problems for us, they cause problems for our customers. It really isn't worth it. So we only sell brands that don't cause problems and that we know work well for those reasons. The Woodpecker range have been unbelievable, really. They hit a price point. They've been very reliable. We've had very few issues in terms of remedials. We've been installing them now for, 3 years, something like that, 4 years, maybe slightly longer. So I'll quickly buzz through the range. You've got the Woodpecker 4, which is 4 kilowatts, funnily enough. Now, the things that you might notice about this are that it's a thick steel body. It's got a cast iron door. Now, a lot of the budget end of the market stoves do not have a cast iron door. It's got 2 air controls, one which of course will control the air for the air wash. You've got secondary air at the back. You can maybe be able to just make that out. You'll have air coming in from the base as well. This comes in at we sell that at $695. Which you could quite easily spend twice as much money on that stove and get the same stove. Then we've got the Woodpecker 5. Now guess what? That's 5 kilowatts. This is classed as a multi-fuel stove as well. So very similar in construction to the 4, but they'll allow you to burn coal in this as well. Not the best multi-fuel grate in the world because it's static. With a multi-fuel grate, you want one that agitates. But if you wanted to burn the odd bag of coal, that would be fine. But I wouldn't buy it if you're going to burn a lot of coal. Everything else very similar to the 4. All of the ACR stoves are DEFRA approved, which means that you can use them in a smoke control zone. They are Eco 2022, so they're legal and clean. And they range, I think, from memory, from about 75 to just over 80% efficiency, which is unbelievable, really. 10 years ago, that would have been, top of the tree. So they're very good. They're as efficient as some of the best stoves on the market. You then move on to there's quite a few stoves in this range. We've got a number of them here, but there are actually a few more. You've got the 5 Plus. Now that is like the 5, except it's got an even larger window. It's wider, basically. All these stoves are classed as below 5 kilowatts, which means that you don't automatically have to have an air vent. Now, I say automatically because when it's being installed, if the guys found that the Draw was a bit sluggish, wasn't what you'd expect when they did their smoke test or their draw test. Then, and opening a window or something similar gave you an improved draw, then of course you would still need an air vent because it's for your safety. Let's remember that. And then moving on, they've got the contemporary offering, which is obviously on a log store stand. It benefits from these like chrome controls here. It's got a chrome handle. That all adds to the sort of contemporary look. Again, that is classed at 5 kilowatts, so you don't automatically need an air vent. All in all, I mean, for, what's that, 12,899 recommended retail price for a contemporary stove of that type. In terms of value for money, that's pretty difficult to beat. And I say value for money deliberately and not cheap. They're not cheap, but you'll struggle to find better value for money. So I hope you found that useful. Thanks a lot.